people are not willing to work hard, which I'm okay with. I'm okay with that. I'm not judging you if you don't want to work hard. Just fuck you if you're going to complain about it. That's what I have a problem with. That's the lazy, ambitious group, and they're scary as hell. They want everything, but they're not willing to work for anything, right? Because they'll do things that'll destroy the golden goose to try to get what they want now. So it's okay if you don't want to work hard. I'm totally okay with that. Hey, you want to go fucking live on the beach and live off the land and fucking pedal to get shit? Great. That could be your lifetime. That's what you want to do. There is zero judgment in my heart. Just don't ask the world to change to fit your fucking lifestyle.
I'm gonna say this right here, baby, because some of y'all be acting like y'all don't be seeing it. But, baby, playing victim in a situation that you created, oh, yeah, baby, that's narcissistic as hell to me. Hello, somebody. How you gonna create the storm, then get mad when it rains? How you hurt somebody and then get mad that they hurt? How you damage somebody, go outside your way to destroy a person and then get mad when they no longer want to deal with you? Baby, playing a victim in a situation that you created, oh, baby, that's narcissistic as hell to me. I'm sorry, but it is.
You are who you hang out with. They're not likely you're going to get too far away from your roommates. So if your 5 roommates are all shredded yogi instructors that drink kale smoothies, one of 2 things is likely happening. You're going to be the 6th, or you're getting new friends. If they're your best friends, it's going to happen. If all of your friends piss and moan about working and capitalism and being held to a standard, the chances that you're going to buck that trend for any length of time is very low. And one of 2 things will then happen. You will either become like them or you will get new friends. And that's not some elitist shit. It's just one of the ways we connect is through shared values. And you're going to have a really hard time being friends with someone closely whose values are wildly different than your own. Like, we like to say opposites attract, and it is true when it comes to personality, way less true when it comes to values. You're either going to surrender your values or you're going to surrender your set of friends.
Hi, Bullhorn Betty. Thank you for my shirt. Welcome to the Bullhorn Betty Kids Club.
As you wake up in the morning, you want to find the latest, greatest information about criminal cases and have an intuitive conversation about the suspects associated with these cases. Head over to the Bullhorn Betty channel on YouTube. Get breaking news right here on the Bullhorn Betty channel. Welcome to the Bullhorn Betty Coffee Club. Enjoy your stay and enjoy your day.
Well, good morning, my beautiful people of YouTube. Good morning, good morning, good morning. As you see, I'm still not at Office BHB this wonderful morning. We are actually at a different location. This is part of the tour that we had scheduled for this trip. And I just want to tell you the last case we covered, Layla Santinello, I have to tell you, was truly heartbreaking. The whole story, the situation in Kingsport, Tennessee is absolutely heartbreaking. I don't know how to explain it other than that. A mother was screaming to high heaven for somebody to look into her daughter's case. There was hardly any news on this case. There was hardly any attention to this case. And we came here to social media after being contacted to bring attention and awareness to this case. And guys, I want to tell you, we did an amazing, amazing job. Not only did a combination between me and Chronicles of Olivia net over 5 million views of this case, putting this beautiful face in front of 5 million people. We were able to search and clear a vast amount of land, and we were able to provide Layla's mother with some information that she was longing and seeking. That is about as much as I can tell you about the case. She has not been found. So at this point, I do believe, and I know that it has been discussed by several people in chat rooms, how they can help and what we can do to help support this family. And we're working on that now. We're working on figuring out, what kind of resources are out there for rewards to help, elicit some leads and a PI. We need to locate where Layla was. We need to find out what her path of travel is. And right now, law enforcement has no clue where she's at. They're asking for all public help. They're asking for the public to come out there and clear areas. So if you are in the Kingsport, Tennessee area, and the area that she was at, the AmeriCourt, the Marble Slab Creamery, the Five Below, in that general area, the Greenbelt Trail, all of that. If you're familiar with that and you have a family and you want to just help, just go out there and just clear areas. That's really what needs to happen. We don't know where she is, and she's not home. So I just want to thank everybody here on YouTube that supports this channel and supports the great work we do. This is why we do the work that we do. This is why. We were able to provide family resources that they desperately needed. We were able to go out and clear areas. We were able to get attention to a case that had no attention. That is the power that we were able to help with this family. Chronicles of Olivia does amazing work. The sweetest person in the world. People are just, they're happy to open up to her. And so it was really good, and we're really proud of that. Well, now we're on to another case. There is a woman, a 37-year-old mom of 5 that was brutally murdered on the Maupassant Heritage Trail. We just recently learned that there is a suspect that was linked to the case from Los Angeles through the technology of DNA. He was in Los Angeles in March, hurting a little girl. And he is in Maryland in August, only 5 short months, 4.5 to 5 short months later, gravely brutalizing a young woman to death. This is absolutely horrific. We had opportunities to tell law enforcement last night that, thank you for your help. You know what the law enforcement said to me? He said, I can't wait until people can walk this trail safely again. That's what he said to me. The trail is beautifully lit, guys. We weren't expecting what we saw yesterday because we just know that JLR was just out here covering the case, bringing attention and awareness to the case just, last week, I believe. Yeah. And since then, there's been this named suspect, and he's 5'9", he's 160 pounds. He's of Hispanic descent, they believe. So Olivia and I were discussing this, and we were wondering what kind of person could travel from Los Angeles to Maryland in 5 months. And so we started thinking about who could do that. Could this be a homeless person? Could this be a guy from the construction trade? Because you know how people are building big buildings and they have contracts, and some of those people are subcontracted from other states and have to be sent here by their companies, and they stay in hotels and they stay here until their job is completed, and then sometimes like every 2 weeks they get to go home to their family, and that kind of happens on a weekly basis, and so that was like one of the first things that I truly thought had happened. Maybe something like that, or maybe things got too hot. He called family. Does he have family here? We had an opportunity to eat at a Mexican restaurant. Did he work there or did he eat there? It was very, very good, by the way. I had some food that I've never had, suggestion by beautiful Olivia, and I have got to tell you, it was absolutely delicious. Huh? Birria tacos. I've never heard of them before. You know, I'm kind of one of those chimichanga or, you know, the fajita type of girls. So I never thought about this. And I know I look terrible. We have been working so hard. I have like literally suitcases under my eyes. We've been out in the field, out in the heat. I'm sunburnt. I'm exhausted. It's been a lot of work. But you know what? We were able to help a family. And I'm just really kind of hurt that people say that they are for these families until the families don't act the way they want them to, and then they attack them. How do you say that you're for victims, and whether or not you agree with the parent or not, you're going to attack them because they chose not to listen to your nonsense? How do you say that you're for the victims and do that to a woman that is screaming for help, law enforcement that is begging for the community to stand up and come out there? How do you do that and say that you represent or care about victims or their families? Because there's a certain creator that lives in Tennessee. He heard the news conferences. He heard the press conferences asking for volunteers to come out there. And he chose not to get off his duff, even though he lives in the state. He chose not to do anything to help this family. And he chose to direct her to a channel while he attacked a woman, a grown man attacking a woman that's out there helping her family when he's sitting on his ass in her own state. That right there, to me, is the most vile, disgusting, low garbage crap you can do. You know, there's a time and a place for everything, in my opinion, and I realize that there's beefs on here on YouTube, but when do you go out of your way to hurt a family that is struggling, a woman that's taking care of three teenagers and a 2-year-old toddler, and has a missing daughter, and is literally at her wit's end and just needs help? How do you do that to them? How do the people justify that behavior? And why are people always here justifying actions and behaviors of adults that get kids killed? For the life of me, I can't understand that. I just don't. And they try to justify it by hating someone. If you hate somebody that bad that you're willing to hurt a victim's family because of it, you, my friend, have some serious problems. Serious problems well beyond anything that can be helped on YouTube. You have showed the world who you are, and the supporters that condone that behavior, shame on you. Shame on you. When the World Trade Centers came down in New York, do you think anybody said, hey, do I like you or do I not like you? No, everybody went in there to save and help. People can be disgusting and vile, but each and every day that I'm here, we expose that a little more and a little more. And I'm very proud of that. We're starting to show who the problems here are on YouTube and who are not. And I'm very proud of that. I'm very proud of the fight. I'm very proud of the work that we do. And I'm very proud of everything that we've accomplished in 2 short years. Olivia and I were literally going back through footage, and I'm starting to post that up on our channel here. And, you know, those were some of the best work we did. We provided Kylan Schulte and Crystal Turner's family with answers they didn't have. We provided Kathleen Moore's families with information that they didn't have. We've provided so much information and have helped so many families that the hate channels can only focus on 3. But they forget to remind their audience all the work that this channel and other channels that have collaborated with this channel has done. I'm very proud of that. And if I got to be called a tragedy pimp, I wear that badge of honor with honor. If I'm the biggest tragedy pimp, and tragedy pimping is going out and searching for missing, posting flyers, helping families, buying flyers, getting them the resources that they need to help them, I'm the biggest tragedy pimp here on the streets of YouTube, and I am going to wear that badge honorably. So I hope each and every one of you wears that badge honorably, because if that's what a tragedy pimp is, sign me up. Sign me up each and every single day. Sign this girl right here up. Sign every one of you up that supports the work that we do here. So what we know about this gentleman in the Rachel Morin case is that he's not from here. Somebody knows who he is. Somebody from Los Angeles knows who he is. Somebody that's seen him traveling across this country knows who he is. Somebody that he's working for knows who this man is. And who is this man? I'm going to try to pull this up. You guys know I'm not so good on the roads with these computers. Let me see if I can see anybody else. Oh, you guys are so sweet for your custom. Oh, girl, let me tell you, Jen. You can ask Sonia. When I was out there and I realized that parking lot had no cameras in it with all those national chains, I remember Sonia saying, there's got to be a camera. She just kept saying, she's like, look, there's no way there's no camera out here. There's no way there's no camera in this parking lot. And we walked the whole entire parking lot. And I'm like, there's no camera. She's like, there's no way. So she ended up going into PetSmart and saying, are there any cameras around here? And they told her, no, there are no cameras. In 2023 in Kingsport, Tennessee, you can go shopping, get robbed, get kidnapped, get, dead, and nobody will see a thing. Thank you, national chains. The community keeps these national chains in business. And there's a little reciprocation that we expect from these national chains, in my opinion. Right? In my opinion, there's just, and one of those things is our safety. We make sure that these corporations make millions and billions of dollars every single year, and we ask for very little from them. We ask them to give us a quality product and to keep us safe while we're shopping with them. I don't think in 2023, a national corporation that does not have a camera on the outside of their home, I feel is failing their customers by not putting those cameras up. Because here we have a 20-year-old girl that went missing. She's 21 now. And not one video. She was there in a parking lot, terrified. And not one camera could see where she went. No traffic cameras. There is hardly any cameras whatsoever. No infrastructure. No proper 2023 infrastructure in Tennessee. That to me is a shame. I hope, now we don't want to change Tennessee. Tennessee has its beautiful charm. We don't want to make it like every other place. Tennessee is unique. But we have to be safe while we're in Tennessee. And there's a lot of shenanigans, primarily coming out of Tennessee. And maybe it's because nobody's on camera. If people actually started seeing what some of these animals are doing, well, maybe it might change. I'm unsure. I'm completely, utterly unsure. Let me get through here. Good morning, everyone. I didn't even have a chance to say good morning. This is really, really my first day on a live. And I'm like, Olivia, I haven't done a live with my people in a little bit. I know we need to get out there. And so she's like, I'm going to edit some videos and I can get online and I can come talk to you. I feel like a fish out of water when I don't see you. I know you guys are constantly and always. Lots of businesses have cameras, but they are not recording or working at all. Or they're fake. We found out that too. Or they're fake. They don't even record. They're just there for a deterrent. That is not helping people. People are smart, folks. Oh, fan lady, God bless you. God bless you. Proud. Yeah, I'm proud of all of you guys because we work hard, and it's not just me that come under attack. It's all of you guys that come under attack from these hyenas, right? That feed off the carcasses of these cases, and it's just really, really sad that you say you're for victims, but you're going to make a woman cry and bawl her eyes out. And not only that, but this animal was trying to convince her that we're somehow scamming her. And she's like, is this guy like on drugs? Is there something like chemically wrong with him? She's like, how can you be scamming me? Like, what? We haven't asked her for anything. We've only given. We've given flyers. We've given time. We've searched. My legs are cut up. I've got poison oak. I mean, we've just given to this family. And you know why I gave to this family so much? Is because it reminded me of me. Now, granted, I wasn't on, the type of drugs she was on, but believe me, I was on substances. And I can't even imagine what some nights my mom went through. And this woman couldn't even get attention to her own child. She was doing everything she can, literally pleading on TikTok, please come help. And nobody was helping. And then I go out there and help and get crucified for it. And they try to justify. If you guys believe that shit, you guys are too stupid for YouTube. Too stupid. I don't know what else to say. I'm a very blunt, brazen, abrasive person. And if you can justify that action and you can say that that's okay, it's okay because it's Bullhorn Betty. We don't care what family we destroy or hurt or what mother we make cry that's already sitting there crying, longing for her freaking daughter. And you want to justify that? Don't you dare come here and say you're a Christian person doing something like that. And don't you dare ever say you're in it for the families of the victims. You don't get to do that. You surely do not. You don't have that right at all. And you know what, people? Let's go back to that just a little bit. This man, again, lives in the state of Tennessee. He could have followed us. He could have seen our work. He could have decided we were all in public places. He could have chose to do that. He chose not to. He still chose to sit on his ass and lie to his audience out his ass. That's what he chose to do. And if you guys want to support that, don't you dare ever say you're in it for the victims. That's my messaging. Because this woman needed help, and she could have used his help. And he chose to use his channel for hate and to destroy a woman that did absolutely nothing to him, that was missing her daughter and just begging for anybody to take her case seriously and to get out there and help. And if you're part of that hate group, shame on you. I hope you guys apologize to Layla's mom. I really do. I hope you go over there and shower her posts and her social media with love and support and let her know she's not alone. Sometimes when you're going through the worst thing of your life, sometimes just hearing somebody say some kind words can really make a difference, whether you're going to cry that day or you're going to make it through. This woman has been through a lot. She loves her daughter. She cares for her daughter deeply. And she is very, very scared. And it's a very, very difficult thing to deal with personally. And I can promise you, these animals out here have never experienced that, nor will they ever, because they're too lazy. They're too lazy. They don't have jobs. They sit on YouTube. They could literally get in their car with the money that they make and go help a family. Listen, I don't make a lot of money on here, and every penny that I do make, it goes back into these cases. And I can tell you that the money that was spent on Layla Santinello, my time that was spent on Layla Santinello, was worth every minute. And I hope you guys understand that this wouldn't have been possible without each and every one of you. So there's going to be some things coming up. I know you guys are in here like the young lady and thanking me, and I appreciate that, but hold off on that just for a little bit, because the work here for Layla Santinello is not done. And to be honest with you, I want to help the family raise the reward money I want to help the family, get their PI, and it's going to need the support of you guys. And I don't mind going without a paycheck to help a family. I don't know if any other creator is willing to do that, but I certainly am. And so I'm going to ask you guys to hold off any super chats, any super stickers for me, because we're going to have to be helping this family. And that's just all there is to it. I am committed to this family. I want to see success, and I want to see justice. I want to find Layla. I want to know what happened to her. And I want her mom to be able, obviously she's been gone for 2 months. So, the circumstances aren't looking good. And I want her mom to be able to do what she needs to. And I wish everybody, I just think of some of these hate channels, and I'm sorry I'm getting choked up because you guys have no idea how hard it is. This mother is in so much pain. And nobody was willing to help her. And then for YouTube, we're on so many other platforms than YouTube. I'm not a YouTuber. I'm not. I utilize these platforms. This garbage here on YouTube is disgusting. This woman begged for help. Begged. And nobody, there was only literally, I think Gray Hughes was another big channel that came up and talked about her. God bless you, Gray Hughes. I know we don't get along a lot, but God bless you for that. There were hardly any channels. He can attest to that. Hardly any channels that would pick up this case. These hate channels refused to pick up this case until I was there. And I don't really care. This mother, if these animals ever spent 1 second with a grieving family, truly, not for a click and a view, not to broadcast them on their channel, not to do all this crazy nonsense, literally help them. If they could just do that, I promise you, they would never do what the Gahler did to that woman. And yes, he did do it. There is no way in Sam's hell, and somebody's going to have to sponsor my cuss jar today. Sorry. But there is no way in Sam's hell that somebody is going to talk to a woman like that and send them over to the Gahler's channel while he sits there and talks about a woman's looks, her teeth, her hair. That is, so this guy went on this tyrant to this woman complaining about me, and then eventually sends her over to a channel that is ragging on a woman that's helping her. And you guys can't, what person out there would promote Gahler like that? Okay, like 1 + 1 = 2 here, guys. We can clearly connect these dots. I am sure anybody with 1 iota of a brain cell can figure this out. Layla's mom didn't deserve that. So I hope my channel and the channels that believe that totally denounce that kind of behavior, I hope you guys support Layla's mom with love. She could really use a lot of love and inspiring messages on her channel right now. She could really use that. She could really use the support of you guys telling her that she will be okay. It's right now doesn't feel like that for her. I can promise you that. So I just hope that if you guys know, Jen, we have that Help Find Layla Santinello Facebook group. And I want to see my coffee club in there shining that entire group with love for Jen Santinello, her siblings, and her daughter, and her granddaughter. So that is really what we can do right now to uplift this mother that is missing her daughter. It is insane, Pat. It is absolutely insane. And to hear and feel that pain from that mother, and hearing that somebody here on YouTube caused that pain, that additional infliction of emotional distress on a woman that was already hurting, there's no excuse for that. I don't care. I don't care how much you dislike another person. That is just disgusting and highly inappropriate. And I can promise you the Bullhorn Betty channel has never, ever, and would never do anything like that. There is not one person in this chat room that is a coffee clubber that would ever, ever do anything like that. So we will be rolling out, I'm not sure quite when, but we will be rolling out once we figure out how to do it, like I was explaining, you know, maybe we just need to go to Crime Stoppers. You know, sometimes Crime Stoppers has that $5,000 reward, but just get something, because right now the leads are drying up. People aren't talking. We were able to extract some information where we could, but this is, it's hard to find her. And the mom's going to need help. We're going to need to get a PI, period. And Jim Terry, I hate to bring it to you, you ain't going to be the one, buddy. I want somebody from Tennessee, somebody licensed, somebody that knows what in the world that they are doing. So, you ain't coming. Don't even contact them. You better change your voice and change your name. And I tell you what, I don't know what else to say about that. No Jim Terry. No Jim Terry. Thank you, Sonia. Thank you, Sonia. And again, Sonia, one of our mods, you know, she lives in Tennessee. You know what she did? She got her ass out of bed. She got her ass in a car, and she came out and helped. Do you think she's getting paid for it? Fair question. Hey, Sonia, how much money were you paid to get out of bed and come out and help this family? I can tell you I wasn't paid a damn dime. I can tell you that. I didn't ask my audience to sponsor this trip. I didn't collect any money. What are the haters going to say now? I am making sure I do. And you know what? Because it was never about me. It was never about me helping the families. It was never about money. It was never. It was about their clicks, their views, and their compensation. Because who else would do this to a woman that's missing a daughter? Do you think she gives a damn about some petty BS YouTube stuff? No, she doesn't. But thank you, audience. You guys rock. We will be out today on the Maupaw Trail. If you guys haven't checked out my TikTok video yet, you're going to want to, because we were out there last night and it was beautiful. What the community has done on that trail is beautiful. When we went out there, the sun was setting. It was almost dark. And all down the trail were beautiful lights, flowers. It was something that made your heart just melt. The people that didn't even know Rachel Morin love her. They are saddened. The law enforcement is worried. They're doing everything that they can to keep this community safe, but they don't know where this animal is. They don't know who this animal is. And I have a funny feeling once this is all said and done, we're going to find this animal is attached to probably more than just the case in LA and the case here in Bel Air. But I feel like there's some kind of construction, like that was one of the first things that came to my mind when I heard he was in Los Angeles and now in Bel Air. It's like Los Angeles has a lot of money and construction. Bel Air has a lot of money and construction. And I just started thinking, you know, because we travel so much. Olivia, I, you know, the other content creators that go around the country, we travel so much that when we stay in hotels, we definitely see the construction workers that are traveling through the country and staying at those hotels for weeks, sometimes months on end. So that almost seems to, hey, Kay, hi all. I know you guys are here. I didn't even say good morning, but it just seems like, you know, that was, now granted, I could be completely wrong, but it's just thinking about, you know, what would bring this man over here? What would cause, you know, what would cause him to be in one place, you know, and then this place? And so it would be, for a traveling construction worker, doing something like this would be a perfect cover, right? You're traveling all over the country. You're never in one place too long. You can wreak havoc on the community you're in under, you know, like without people knowing. And then before they even realize, boom, you're already in another state, in another big city, building another thing or doing whatever you do. So I have a funny feeling that this might be somebody that's traveling for work. His body build, his mannerism, the way I saw that photo, that wasn't somebody that looks like he's in a desk job at an office. It just doesn't look like. His whole mannerism and his build and his haircut does not, bode with a well-to-do, hoity-toity type of person. This is somebody that is a meager worker. He's going to be the line cook in the back of the restaurant, the dishwasher in the back of the restaurant, the construction worker that's, making pennies on the dollar, and somebody like that. That's who we're looking for. This man is not an educated man. This man is not one that's going to be traveling because he's selling insurance or selling, something around the world. This is somebody that can travel, that can get easy jobs wherever he goes. This is somebody that's in a physical labor type of job. The build of his body, the muscles, the fitness of his body, it just really screams construction worker. The arms, almost masonry. I don't know. This is the kind of stuff. Maybe a roofer. Roofers have to, there's something. But I really do believe we're gonna find out that he's been working in some kind of construction, or to be honest with you, I wouldn't put it past him being a cook or a chef in a restaurant, or that kind of thing. But to be honest, I just, something's telling me construction, and I don't know why, but it just, maybe it was when I saw him and saw his build, it just, because many of you know, I've been on construction sites since I was 2 years old. I mean, I can wire a house from the panel box. I know how to read blueprints. I can wire a house, literally wire a house. I wired mine, right? I do my own plumbing. I've been in construction for a really long time. I had my own handyman business. So this idea that I don't know, I mean, I've seen enough construction workers in my lifetime to do that. Hold on just a second. Give me just a second. That's the least. Sorry, somebody was calling in. Anyways, I just really wanted to come here. I wanted you guys to see me. I know I was really upset when I made that video, but you got to understand, hearing a mom crying because trolls and bullies won't leave her alone. And those are her words, not mine. I don't know what I can say. I can say that was uncalled for. It was disgusting. And anybody that supports that behavior, screw you. And you're not welcome on my channel. I don't know what else to say. And I can't be any more blunt than that. And I hope you guys appreciate that. Everything you need to know about Rachel Morin murder investigation. Rachel Morin, 37-year-old, went out hiking and died a violent death. According to authorities, here's everything you need to know about the ongoing search of her killer. On August 5th, Rachel Morin went out for an early evening walk along the well-trodden trail of Bel Air, Maryland. Now, I did want to let you know, when we rolled into town, at 7:30, 8 o'clock, it was still pretty light out. I think the light started going down, I want to say about 8:30 was when it was started, when we had that dark path. But a citizen called 911 the next day, just a little after 1 p.m., reporting of finding her body off the side of the Ma Pa Trail, and that is a Maryland and Pennsylvania, the Ma and the Pa, Maryland and Pennsylvania Trail, according to Harford County Sheriff Jeff, I think his name's Gahler or something like that, turning what had been a missing person search into a homicide investigation. The 37-year-old mother of 5 was last seen at 6 p.m. and her boyfriend reported her missing at 11:23 p.m. And I have to say, Richard Tobin went under a lot of heat because even Olivia and I were talking about it. Statistically, when you hear of a woman having her face was bashed in, right? That's basically what they said. They said her face was bashed in. That's a very personal attack. So statistically, she was just in a new relationship with a new man, you know, recent relationship with Richard Tobin, and then all of a sudden she winds up dead from, you know, being beat up and her face crushed in. Statistics almost automatically tell you that that is a personal and violent attack, and it most likely would be somebody that she knows. But there are always outliers to that case. Even though a case like this has never or hasn't happened in this area, I haven't looked at the history, so I will just say, to be on the safe side, hasn't happened in this area in a very long time. They have a very safe community. It is lower crime than a lot of other places. So there is some things there. People feel safe here. And, you know, this rocked this community. But it wasn't Richard Tobin. And this is why it's so important not to be accusatory until you have all the information. I accuse people all the time of doing horrible, horrible things. But I never do it on conjecture. I never do it on speculation. I do it based upon facts and putting together certain information known as, you know, circumstantial evidence in part. We're not we're not the law enforcement, we're not the courts or anything like that, but we do investigate these things for commentary purposes, for newsworthy purposes, to keep our audience up to date. So yeah, we do, and we take pride in knowing that what we say to our audience is true. Now there are some, you know, situations where a case is fluid and we may get a few small minor details incorrect. We may misspeak when we're running a mile a minute and going on lack of sleep and may accidentally say Massachusetts instead of Maryland. It does happen, you know, it does happen. But either way, you know, there was a lot of heat that Richard Tobin had. Now, I have to be honest with you. One of the reasons why I chose to put this in our plan. Now, granted, when we planned this trip, we did not know that there was going to be a named suspect in this case, but there is. We just wanted to come out here before, because again, statistically, it appears that it would have been not just, and I'm not just talking about Richard, not just him. You know, she's had other people, other boyfriends in the past. She's got multiple children. So, you know, there's obviously children's father that she has to communicate with, and, you know, maybe some prior boyfriends that she may have jaded or whatever. So there was, you know, but this did feel personal. And I think a lot of people picked up on that. Now, we didn't know there was a crazed lunatic in Bel Air. And I'm glad I never called Richard Tobin out, and I would not have without doing the necessary work to get to that answer. But I never derived at that answer, and that's why we're here. I'm glad that it wasn't him. That makes me, it puts a check in the box for humanity, because so many times this is how it ends. It's always the boyfriend, the husband, the ex, you know, the jealous guy in the life that just destroys these families. This one wasn't like that, and I'm so thankful that it was somebody that she didn't know versus somebody that she did. Can you imagine her last breath on earth was watching somebody that she loved and take that last breath from her? I'm so, you know, as horrible as that is, I know it doesn't sound right coming out, and I'm not trying to make it sound bad. I'm just trying to say I'm glad that she didn't have somebody that she loved do that to her. I wish it would have never happened to begin with, but I'm glad it wasn't her boyfriend. I don't know, you know, how to explain it other than that. That's just how I feel about it. But Gahler said during the August 6th news conference, investigators found Morin's car in the parking lot at the trailhead where the boyfriend indicated the vehicle would be. The sheriff continued, and his office issued a public notice and shared that more than 11,000 times. This is a good side of social media, Gahler said. The bad side is there's also a lot of false and early information shared that we don't want to see. We don't want to see false news out there. And I have to be honest with you, guys, you know, here on YouTube and everything, a lot of people want to point the finger here at YouTube for false information. And, you know, I'm sure there is a lot of false information on here, but downright lies, like totally just made up BS lies, manipulating photos, audios, and things like that, that typically is coming from the side of TikTok. I was listening to a few TikTokers, and I'm going to call them TikTokers because they're not content creators. They literally scratch their ass and say, hey, what kind of lie do I want to say today so I can make my, my $200 today, right? That's basically what they do. They don't even do any fact checking. They don't even produce any receipts. They're like, I heard a woman that said, oh, you know why Papa Rogers isn't really Brian Koberger? It's because, this, that, and the other. It's like, lady, you're wrong. You're wrong. You're wrong. If you just taken time just to even open up Google, look at some information, that is absolutely wrong. Now, we don't know if Papa Rogers is Brian Koberger or if he's somebody else or whatever, but literally everything that she had brought up was absolutely wrong. It didn't make sense. She was a freaking idiot, provided literally no receipts. And it's like, basically, I thought it in my brain, so it must be true. Well, it wasn't well taken. And anybody that's been out there that actually covered the case, you look like a train wreck on top of a train wreck, chick. I don't know what to tell you. That was the biggest garbage statement I have ever heard in my life. And it was a TikToker named Jenna something. And it annoyed me. And girl, fix your teeth. I'm sorry. I usually don't do that, but I usually don't pick on people. Not like that. But damn, she made me mad. So God forgive me. God forgive me. I shouldn't gossip about people. I shouldn't say that. God forgive me. I'm imperfect as well. I really am. But it was really a bunch of horse manure. We'll say that. Yes, I said manure, right? I didn't feel like paying the $2, okay? Thanks for supporting my cuss jar, but I didn't feel like paying the $2 this time. What do we got? Stop picking on me, LOL. Jen, that's too funny. Buddy Love Jones. Had the person in the video that closed the door behind the suspect been identified? There's no, just because somebody says it looks like somebody's hand was behind the door. I checked that video. I didn't see a hand. I didn't see a shadow. I didn't see anything. That's an assumption somebody's made. In all fairness, Buddy Love, that really is an assumption somebody made. I have looked and looked and looked. I do not see that door being shut by any individual person. I don't. Now, it may have. It may have. It might have been the little girl. She might have just wanted to get the door shut and this animal out of her house. We don't know. We really don't know. But, and nor do we need to. I don't know if it has any relevance in the case. It might have relevance in the case, but it seems like something that would interfere with the integrity of the investigation if he had an accomplice or something like that. So I'm not sure if law enforcement is willing to do that. I love what law enforcement said. They're like, no, we're not giving you these details. They're blunt. I love blunt people. I love blunt sheriffs. I love people that just says it like it is. He's not sugarcoating not a damn thing. And he's like, look, we're not giving you that information because we have an investigation and we want to make, and he explains it. And we want to make sure when we get this guy that he is the only one with these details. Boom. Now we know why they don't want to tell us something, right? Love people being blunt. Love people just saying, no, I ain't giving you that. Right? Yeah. Love it. I love it. Yeah. I really thought I didn't see anybody. You know what? But Buddy Love, if you do, show me if you go back and you see a shadow, maybe I missed it. Let's be honest. I'm absolutely exhausted. I've got, I said I have bags for days, and Jen was like, I have suitcases, and I'm starting to have her suitcases. She loaned me her luggage, okay? So I've got suitcases under my eyes. So I'm exhausted. There's no doubt about that. I've been working ridiculously long hours. I'm not going to sleep until like 1 o'clock in the morning. I'm up at 6 o'clock in the morning getting ready to get out there. This morning we were getting in here. Olivia had a couple videos to put together for TikTok. And I hadn't seen you guys in a really long time, and I just really wanted to come here because you guys give me my energy, believe it or not. You guys really do. The support and the love from this channel really helps me keep going and keep doing great things, and I'm going to continue to do them. I'm not going to ask permission. You know what? People see what we are doing. If this small hate group collective body wants to say that we're the worst people on earth. It's the smallest group you could possibly imagine on a small, on YouTube. We have so many more. There's billions of people here. We were able to get Layla Santinello in front of 5 million people, and believe me, it wasn't done here on YouTube. I'm sorry. YouTube sucks, right? YouTube sucks. That's why I'm not a YouTuber. I'm a content creator. Good morning. Good morning, Faithlyn. God bless you. God bless you. So, but we're going to continue to doing that great work, and we're not going to ask permission. And you know what? The rest of the world sees the work we do it. When they're not on, the rest of the world's not on YouTube. Let's be honest. Like the rest of the world, we come in these communities, they're not on. They don't listen to this garbage. They listen to their local news. A lot of the young people are on TikTok. There's a lot of different platforms. People are kind of over YouTube and all this drama. It's not good. And at the end of the day, it's going to get cleaned up eventually, because people are just, everybody starts moving over to TikTok, and TikTok is blowing up, and you can get 5, 6, 7 million views. Who wants to deal with the garbage on YouTube, right? I come here because of you guys. Let's be honest, right? I come here for my audience. I come here for my fans. I come here for the people that want to get information about these cases and want to do their part in these cases, because a lot of our people have full-time jobs. This is my full-time job, so they send me out there to help these families. Each and every one of you guys that are here and are members of this channel are helping send me out there to help these families. And I'm so very proud of you. I'm not proud of myself. I'm proud of you, because without you, I wouldn't be out here. I wouldn't be able to do this. And whatever we can do to help another family, to support a family of missing, to support a family that has lost their loved one, that we do, and we do really well, and we do better than anybody else here on these streets, period. That's one thing we can do. I may have a grumpy look. I may not say everything politically correct. I'm not a politically correct person. I refuse to be. I tell it like it is, and I don't ask permission to do so. If you don't like it, that's your problem. You're an adult. You can leave and say, hey, I don't like her. Her attitude sucks. I'm not going to support her. Great. Then move on to the people you support, and let the people that want to support me. Because we move mountains. Everybody's talking about these clicks, views, and money. We budget so well that we move mountains. And I'm proud of that. And I'm proud of the people that I've met along the way. I'm proud of the people I call friends. I'm proud of the people that I can rely on when I have issues, problems out here in the field, to guide me, to be my eyes and ears. I thank you all for that. I thank you all. No PC allowed. Exactly. I'm not a PC person. If you need me to tone my language down, you're too sensitive, and you can't be my friend. It's like we're ballers over here. We roll through stuff. We don't have time to worry about people's feelings and stuff, because at the end of the day, your feelings mean crap to me when it comes to a family of someone that's dead or missing. Like, I could care less whether I hurt your feelings. I'll be honest with you. People don't like that about me. I don't care whose toes I step on when it comes to families of missing and families of the murdered and dead. Oh, well, that's, again, not my problem. It really isn't. So I don't have a problem with it. They have the problem with me. I keep doing me. And I just want to remind everybody once again, I've never had to change my behavior the whole time I've been here on YouTube. I still do what I do. Nothing. People have had to change theirs. I've never had to change mine. And that should tell you something about me. So we're weeding through this stuff and really, and doing it properly. So the people that are doing wrong are outing themselves. They are outing themselves. And guess what? So far, it hasn't been Bullhorn Betty. Should say a lot. All right, guys. Peace out. You guys heard my rant. God bless each and every one of you for staying and hearing Bullhorn Betty get downtown. I gotta tell you, now that we're done with my bitch fest, okay, I have got to tell you some of the, Olivia and I are freaking delusional. Absolutely delusional. I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's just the lack of sleep. I can't even remember what we were talking about. We have been like, we have. when we're not out there searching and stuff, we got to break it up, right? Because it's so emotional. And that's another thing that people that don't do this, I can tell you that Sonia felt when she was out there with us. I know she felt something. We were asking people information. People would literally stop and pray with us. A gentleman, a man and a woman were walking their dog while we were looking for Layla. It was on the breed belt. And just the amazing people sit there and they said, can we do something? I said, you want to pray? And they said, yes. I said, yes. We can use all the prayers we can get. Please pray for this family. Please pray for this situation. And we all held hands in a circle, and he prayed. Shortly after that, Turkey Man called. He sat there and prayed. I met a woman yesterday looking for Layla in a really, really bad area. But this lady, she was a grandmother. She had just moved in 2 weeks ago. She had her grandchildren. And by the way, Kingsport Police Department, you know who this grandma is. She's the one with the autistic child. Y'all need to go get that fence put in for that woman. Because if anything happens to that autistic child because you guys failed to put that fence in for her, I might have something to say about that. And right now, our relationship's pretty cozy right now, right? We like that relationship. We don't want to rock that boat, but that woman needs your help. And she's got, and her autistic grandchild can't talk. And she said, one thing she said to me, she's like, my heart, she goes, I'm dealing with the same thing. I've got my grandchildren, the stuff I'm dealing with my daughter is just horrific. She goes, and so I know that what this mother is going through. And she says, my heart just hurts so bad. And she's like, right now, the only thing we can do is pray. That's what she said. Everything along this path of travel that we took in Kingsport, the sentiments is, this is out of our control, and it is. We don't know what happened. We don't know where she's at. We'll leave it at that. And in a situation like this, all we can do is have faith and pray. God moves mountains. God moves mountains. We still keep hoping that phone call will come in and an explanation will be received and had. Anyways, but getting back to the funny part, I'm done with that. I'm done with that for a little minute. We're going to get back to this. So what were we laughing at the last time? We went nuts.
Too many. I can't remember.
We went nuts. Wasn't it last night? We went nuts at the Mexican restaurant.
I couldn't hear you the whole time.
Oh, no, not that. At the end when we started laughing. Oh, yeah. There's nothing more than trying to go to a restaurant, trying to have a conversation. Everybody in the restaurant's like screaming. You got music blaring, and it's a restaurant. Lydia's like, what did you say? And I can't remember what I said. I think it was like,
You're like, I need to text you. Or like,
I'm like, I need to text you. I can't remember what I said, but it was something kind of disgusting, and I had to scream it at her, and I'm like, I really didn't want to say that this loud. And she's like, I'm sorry, I can't hear. I have hearing loss. And I'm like, I'm deaf in one ear and I can hear better than you, lady.
Oh my god.
But it has been I want to show you. Oh, where's that cup? Where's the cup? Listen, it's all the freaky stuff that's happened.
Oh, the synchronicities.
It's the synchronicities. It's all the crazy stuff. Like, I told you guys, listen to this. I am not lying. I'm not lying. This is insane. I told you guys when we left, like, everything in the car is working, okay? Everything. I don't have problems. I don't have electrical problems. I don't have, I need a catalytic converter, in the near. My mechanic basically told me in the next year and a half, 2 years, you're going to have to change out your air compressor, which is going to be about $1,000, and you need a new catalytic converter, which is going to be about $1,600. So I'm like, okay, no problem. I'll just start saving, put some money aside, a year and a half, 2 years, I'm good, right? The car will probably be dead by the time I need to change the compressor because I put so many damn miles on it. But either way, so I'm sitting there, and so everything's fine. we get in the car. Olivia plugs in one freaking thing. All of our charging stops. I have power on the dash and everything, just the cigarette lighters where we get our power. Dead. So you guys know, I told you about how we were driving and we had to stop and Olivia finally saved the day. She's like, oh, maybe it's under this panel. And I'm like, okay. So finally about it, we added like an hour to our trip going to Tennessee. And so I change out this fuse and then we buy this other converter because I think my converter's bad, right? My converter might not even be bad. You know that? Yeah. I need to try it. So anyways, I buy this $32 converter. I stick it in. We didn't really use it. And then I get, I think it was yesterday, we needed to plug in. We knew we were coming to the Mapa Heritage Trail. And so we wanted to plug in our walkie-talkies. So I had walkie-talkies on me so we could communicate. So if we get away, because sometimes, Olivia's has to record something my mouth carries because I'm deaf in my ear. I've always spoke very, very loud. And so she has to walk down a little bit, especially if I'm taking a video. And she, not only that, but she takes her time. Like, how you get all those beautiful productions from Olivia. She really takes her time to make sure she gets the angles and stuff right for those cascading views and the effects that you get. Those are all done. So she really takes her time with that. So she kind of, when I'm talking on stuff, she'll just kind of go ahead to get all those little camera shots and stuff like that. So she gets out of my sight. So we just, we go to places where people are, either missing or killed. So we have to do stuff to protect ourselves. So we have those walkie-talkies on us. But she was there, and we were, golly, I can't remember. And it was just a lot of different things with the synchronicity or whatever it's called. So we had the car. Well, listen to this. I found out not one fuse blew, but two fuses blew, because the one fuse in the front is on its own fuse, and the lighter, like the cigarette lighter thing, the plug in the back, like the back of the SUV, is on another one. So both of our power plugs, our power plug fuses, literally blew at the same time. How does that happen? I thought they were all on one fuse. I find out both fuses went at the same time. There was something else. It was
another synchronicity.
Yeah.
The cup.
Oh, I was going to get them up. That's right. That's where this all got. So then we're talking about, and Olivia looks at me, we're bickering. We like, I tease her. This is, she's going to have a food complex by the time she's off the road with me. She's a foodie. But she's so cute because she eats all day long. And it's like, when we're driving, if we're driving like 2 hours, if she's not talking about chocolate, Starbucks, McDonald's, I'm telling you, so we went to Starbucks. But anyways, we were talking and she's like, we're bickering, and I was like, you're going to kill me. I said, because every time she says something, I always find something to dig at her with the food, food pun, right? And so I'm like, you're going to kill me. She's like, we argue like a married couple. I was like, nah, we argue like sisters. And so it was so cute. And it was like right after that, we had to use the bathroom. And so I walk into this store. I don't buy anything from country stores. I don't pay attention. But there was this cup, like I'm walking by, and this cup literally caught my eye. I don't know how. I don't know why. I didn't call it. It called me. Where is it?
It's right there. That's so cute.
So me and Olivia, and by the way, not my problem if you guys don't know my attitude today. Not my problem. So I walk in here. And we're two ragamuffins, and it says sister in spirit. And I don't know what about this. And inside the little lip, it says the bonds we have are everlasting. And Olivia and I are ragamuffins. And it says, sister in spirit, my friend, my sister, when I need someone to talk to, I know just who to call. Your friendship and your support have blessed my life. Thank you. And it has this beautiful little heart here, and it says, the bonds we have are everlasting. She is my favorite ragamuffin. So I just thought that was real. But it's just all these weird little things, you know, that that we were. It was. I can't remember. We were talking about zodiac signs, and Olivia was talking about this one person, and she's like, "I wonder what his zodiac sign is," and I'm like, "You know, I really don't know." And then, boom! There was something that came up, and this person's. It happens to be this person's like. I can't remember. It was something, but it was just. It was like known that like all these little things were just every time we talked about something, we're like, I don't know. Boom! Like the next thing, it was answered. It was answered in weird, bizarre, sign-like ways. I'm not a conspiracy theory. I'm not like all this. What do they call it? Like an empath type of. It was just. Yeah. It's like weird, just weird stuff on this trip. It's like.
It's my
energy. And you know, Olivia does all this weird paranormal. I think she got paranormal ooby GB boo 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 on her. I think she got boo 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 on her, okay? I don't know, but I'm just saying she got in the car and the charging stopped. Like we can't go anywhere without charging. Like charging in a content creator's life is like it's like blood and oxygen. Like you've got to have something to plug your equipment in. I don't know how to explain it that like no power, oh my God. And we're driving 12 hours that day. And I'm like, oh my God, the GPS is going to die before we get power. What are we going to do? I get the big charger box. That was another thing. I plug it in. I plug the stuff in. I'm like, certainly this is charged. The battery was dead. And I'm like, we have no power in the car. The biggest battery we have is completely dead. I told Olivia, I said, get out and go home. I don't like you no more. She said she wasn't going to walk home, and I'm stuck with her. So I'm stuck with her with all this weird stuff going on. She has been, you know, I'm not surprised. I think she went through Area 51 and just didn't realize it. I really do. I think she went through Area 51 and just didn't realize it, that she got that all over her. She got all over her. I'm telling you. 2 minutes in the car, no power.
Yep.
2 fuses. Who blows 2 fuses at the same time? Besides Bullhorn Betty, right? Besides Bullhorn Betty, okay? What else blows 2 fuses at the same time? Well, the car, Bullhorn Betty's car. That's what. So now not only is Bullhorn Betty blowing fuses, the car's blowing fuses. Way to go! All right, guys, I had enough fun with you guys. We got to get out. We got to get working. I love you guys. Go make it a great day. We're doing great work. We're doing great work. Are you covered up? Yeah, you're covered up. Say bye.
Bye, guys. Love ya.
So we're going to get out there. We got a lot of work to do today. The trip's still not over. This trip's still not over. We still have a few more stops to make along this particular trip. We did Layla Santinello. We're out here. And we're going to be somewhere else tomorrow. So we will be back. We'll be rocking it out with you. We'll let you guys know what's going on. I still have a lot of content for Layla Santinello I want to get out, but I've got to be careful what I post. So I've literally got to go through everything I've got and review every little thing so I can remove anything that might cause any kind of problems and whatnot. So it's not that I'm not covering Layla Santinello now that I'm not there. We were only planning on, and I felt so bad, and I even told her mom, I wish we could have stayed longer, but I really only had 48 solid hours to give her, and we rocked that 48 hours out as much as we could, even up to the point where we left Tennessee. I was crawling around on frickin' Poison Oak trying to find a suitcase that we could see off the top of an embankment going down, and I was not leaving there until I checked that suitcase, and I had to crawl. Oh my God, it's absolutely insane. I had to crawl through a hole about this big to get to it. I did, through Poison Oak, by the way, because I wanted to see what was in that. I was not leaving without checking that. So we literally up to the point where we got on the road to head over here, we were searching. We were searching for her. If anybody's out in the Kingsport area, if you guys know where Lincoln Street is, and you know where Sullivan Court is, around that general area, if you guys can start checking abandoned buildings, that would really, really be great. I can't do it. I only had so much time to be able to put to this. We did the best we could, you know, and I could only, when we put this trip together, we said this, and this. And I will go back and I will continue to search for Layla. I don't mind doing that at all, but we just not on this trip. Oh, Crime Stories of Justice for All. Love you guys. Thank you for being here. Love you guys. So if you are in Kingsport and you have some time this weekend, maybe you don't have to work, or you have a few days off, maybe go check those abandoned buildings, desolate areas. You guys, the locals there know those places better than I. I want to commend the locals that came out and really helped us identify areas to search, really cared about this girl they knew nothing about, but just really took us and showed us where, our identified places. Crystal, one of our members here, or our subscribers here on the Bullhorn Betty channel. Again, Crystal, your information out there in the field was very beneficial, very helpful. I do appreciate you for guiding and giving us some updates, and being willing to share certain areas that might be areas of interest to us. Everybody that sent emails saying, hey, check here, check there, thank you for that. We did go and check for some things. I'm a little late for church this morning, so we'll go ahead and kill this live anyways, but I just want to tell you all, God bless you, and this is a great day for us to get over to Countryside Church and put as many prayers out there as possible. I'll pop in there just for a few minutes, but I've got to get back on the road. Well, I guess we got about a half hour, so I'll be there with you guys for a half hour, so we'll see you soon. God bless each and every one of you. Don't forget to be fearless. If you see something, say something. An ounce of prevention is worth a pound of cure. And until next time, y'all be kind and safe to one another. Safe and kind to one another. Suitcases, exhaustion, suitcases. So I'm exhausted. It's been a lot. I'm sunburnt. I'm hot. My lips have been chapped for days. It just sucks. It sucks, but we do what we have to do. So I love you guys. See you at church. If you're late, I'm going to know about it, and so will the big guy upstairs. Be there or be square.